Welcome to Mark D. Maker. My name's Mark Taylor, and today we're going to be doing Halloween characters from One by One. Come on over to the workbench. Let's get started.
If you actually want to see me do one of these carvings, look up miniature Halloween mummy, mini Frankenstein, mini vampire, miniature ghost. So all those are separate videos and they're all available on this channel. So something interesting here. I want to show you the difference between carving head on. So this guy was around when I first started carving faces. Same with this one. And the difference between this guy's face carving him head on and this guy's face carving him from the corner. Another thing, this little guy, that's a me. That's a mini me in my work uniform. And I carved this head on from a one by one, not from the corner. And let me just confirm, when I mean flat on, I mean I'm taking the block and carving it straight ahead. So you can see by the width here, the whole character fits within that section. I made a line here and then come back for the back of the head and carved the figure head on like this. When I started turning and making my figures like this, they're actually wider. You can see the difference here. They're actually wider and have more depth. You can pack more detail into them. These guys are what I'm carving now from the corner, so you can see that they just have more depth. The angle of the face is built in, so it makes it easier to do, I believe. This was the first, this and this guy were the first ones that I carved from the corner. And it's turned out really well. A very good process. So I do want to talk a little bit about the ones that have arms that are out, like so. Real easy to do. Here's another one over here. The arm is glued into place, and what I have for that wood is just a 5-gallon stir stick I got from Home Depot. But I want to show you something when you look at these stir sticks. You see how those dark lines run across? That's really hard wood, and the pine in between, the light colored wood, is super soft. But if you can find the wood that is like so, look at that grain. That's very consistent to carve and really nice to carve. If you can find wood like that, cutting out these arms is a cinch.
All right, for the arm, this is how I do the arms. This is that stir stick. I would just draw, this is about a 3-inch section of stick. And I would cut that, easy to cut, and then draw this. This is the length of the arm that I want to make. This, let's say this is going to be the hand, this will be the shoulder. And I would just score this a couple of times, put a little bit of a curve in it to give it some movement. Let's get back on my line and then push it down and give it a twist. There's my arm. That easy. And I will glue that on. There's nothing wrong with gluing an arm on that's sticking out, like the little guy's holding the lantern, you know, like that. I just chopped that part off, just whoop. And now we're ready to make an arm and a hand. We'll, what I did on this guy is carved a flat spot here, leaving the cape here so I could put a wrinkle in his cape, and that fit in there snug as a bug's a rug with a little bit of cyanoacrylate or super glue. Just held it there for about 10 seconds. No need for accelerator. Beautiful. Works great.
So these guys right here are my attempt at the 1700s wardrobe, and the pumpkin with the lantern, the headless horseman. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. What do you think of my Uncle Fester? So I wanted to show you these hands. I recently subscribed to the Wood Carving Academy, and there's a particular class in there that Dave Stetson teaches on hands, and it's an excellent class. If you have a chance to go to Wood Carving Academy and sign up, that one class with the hands is worth the price of the whole thing. So be sure to give it a look at, give it a try.
Boo! No, the reason why I have the skull here is I wanted to show the angles of a couple of things here, that when you're carving a face, see this angle? This angle comes out and away. Well, the skull would be like this. On a human, it would be riding about like that. And so you have this angle, and you have this angle here. Now the point I want to make is when you're carving from the corner of a piece of wood, this angle, and this angle are already built into the corner. This angle and this angle already built into the corner for you.
And that's the biggest advantage that carving from the corner gives you when you're carving these little guys. All right, Skelly, now you're just showing off.
So I just glued this little guy up real quick. It's going to be the Headless Horseman holding the pumpkin in his hand. Maybe I'll put a sword in the other hand, but just an example of what you can do.
For the new carvers, I don't think there's any better lesson that you could do than to carve pumpkins. Carving pumpkins teaches you to carve to the round. So get a 1x1 block and start carving pumpkins. I have a video called Easy Miniature Pumpkin Wood Carving that will take you through step by step and show you exactly what to do. Well, I hope this video was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it inspires you to do one of these little carvings. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time.